In 2023, I ran my first ever sub 90-minute half marathon in Valencia. I came back the following year and ran my first ever 85-minute half marathon. And surprise, surprise, I am doing it again this year. This time I'm coming in with a current PB of 82.29 from Berlin Half, which I'd very much like to beat. So let the Valencia blog begin. As of this week, I am now officially training for Valencia Half 2025. So it is a 12-week blog, which is kind of long. I could have started a bit later, especially as I have a couple 5K races this month, which are now going to be kind of mixed into this blog. But for my own sanity, at this peace of mind, I really want to be training for something right now. I need to be working towards a goal. As you can probably tell, I am not in Shrewsbury right now. We're in London for a couple days. Well, not even 2 full days, for some work things and also a bit of a city life fix for myself. Now I'm doing laps around Regent's Park. Ooh, got a friend, few friends. Hello. And I thought it would be cool to start this video in London because when I was training for my first Valencia Half 2 years ago, we lived in London. And that race, Valencia Half 2023, that's where I went sub 90 for the very first time. So it was quite a milestone in my running journey. And that's probably why this race is just, there's something special about it for me. And that's why I just keep coming back. So today's run was easy 75 minutes, ended up being just a little over 14k. I didn't count my laps, but I'm pretty sure I did 3 full laps on the outer section of Regent's Park. Now we're gonna head down for breakfast, but before that, just a quick check-in on the week. So for this first week in this training block, I have 2 key runs. The first one was the club track session I went to Wednesday evening. That was the proper speed session of the week. And then the second one will be the progression run on Sunday. I will take you along. It has been a while since I've had one of those, and it's going to be the first one in this training block. At some point also, I will touch on my goals for this Valencia Half because although it is early days, I kind of have, an idea of what I'd really like to be able to run this time around. Last run of the week and first progression run in this training block. So I've got 90 minutes today. I'll put the exact details on the screen, but nothing too hardcore. I won't go any faster than tempo pace today. I'm gonna try a new gel, True Fuel. So this brand hasn't been around for long, launched by Alistair Brownlee. So I got some samples on X Miles. I really like the X Miles concept because you can get samples of everything instead of committing to buying a full box of bars or gels or anything, and then what if you don't like them or you're left with a full box that you're not going to use. I thought, you know what, new blog, let me try a few new and different things. I actually have an X Miles discount code which I'll put in the description. In terms of shoes today, definitely going with the Endorphin Speed because that's what I wear for speed work. Now, do I go with the 4 or the 5? I'm not quite sure. For easy and even steady, I do prefer to run in the Speed 4. I really like the Speed 5 when it comes to just purely speed work. I think I'm going to go with the Speed 5 today because they're going to feel great when I hit tempo pace. There's a little bit of wind and I know this camera is going to pick up all of it, so I'm not going to talk much because the audio is going to be horrendous. Almost done with the easy block, now going to move on to the steady one. Minute tempo, let's go. That was good. And now 15 minutes easy. Ooh, half marathon training. We are so back. Yes. First progression run and first week of Valencia Half 2025 training in the books. I put the stats of the long run on the screen. I think for the tempo section I might have been a bit too fast. I don't think Ben had in his mind for me to go quite at this pace. If he wanted me to go at this pace, he would have put half marathon effort instead of tempo. I think I might have got carried away a bit, but felt really good. Quite enjoyed this True Fuel gel. And yeah,
Really good run.
So I am finishing this first week of half marathon training on 105 kilometers, which is actually my biggest ever week to date. I do wonder what my peak week volume will be this time around in this block. Now, the volume is not going to keep increasing every week. It's not like I'm going to do 110, 115, 120, etc. for the next few weeks. It is actually going to be very much up and down in August because I will have down weeks when I have the 5K races. So next week actually is already a down week because I am racing a 5K. But yes, in terms of volume, it looks like Ben is, taking it up a notch for me. Hopefully it will be a great training block, but it's off to a really good start. I really enjoyed this week of training. I will put the full breakdown on the screen. And now in terms of goals, I've mentioned it's early days, but I'd be lying if I was saying that I'm going into this block with no expectation of times. I kind of have an idea of what I'd like to be able to do, or at least try to do, when I'm on the start line of the Valencia Half on the 26th of October. So I guess I have two goals. Like, the big goal is to PB. So for that, the time to beat is 82:29. Actually, no, because my cheap time from Berlin updated. It is now 82:27, but in my head, it's just stuck on 82:29. To me, that's my current half marathon PB. Now, the A goal, really what I'd love to be able to do is to run a sub 82, so 81 something. Even if it's like an 81:50 something, I'd be absolutely over the moon with a sub 82. Right now, I don't really see how I would be able to match my current PB. So to think that I would have to run 30 seconds faster at least to make this happen, doesn't feel like a done deal. It will have some work to do, but I've got plenty of time. It is a long half marathon training block. As much as I have these goals, I want to keep them at the back of my mind for now, and I want to just focus on the training, ticking off every run, doing the gym work, taking my recovery seriously, focusing on all my daily habits that help my running, and see how the fitness comes along, and hopefully keep the half marathon PB streak going. Thank you guys so much for watching. If there's any aspect of my training you'd like me to document in the next few weeks, I'm open to suggestions. So, drop anything or any questions in the comments. Make sure to subscribe if you've not already to follow along this training block. And I will see you in the next video, which, if all goes to plan, should be a race vlog. Bye!